Alright guys, we have made it to yet another leg day. It is 8:40, so not too early, but I was up super late last night writing a paper, and I've been up early all week it seems like, so today was my sleeping day, but I wanted to train with Kayla, so we're gonna go hit some legs now before she works. Peptides to go, belt. I feel like I'm forgetting tons of shit, but we gotta go because we only got we still got a few hours I think now, so I'll see you guys in there. We're gonna squat heavy. Well, relatively heavy. We're gonna squat hard, hack squat hard. I want to try some glute bridges or like the butt blaster or both, so it might be a little bit difficult to set up in that small gym, but we're gonna ride out. Got the water too. Hopefully the lighting doesn't suck, but we'll see if that's better. All right, y'all. Where you at? Penguin. You ready? Alright guys, so we're hitting our first set, 135. I'm gonna do a little lower volume today, so let's see where that takes me. Then we'll kill the hack squat, let's go. Alright guys, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Currently just woke up from a nap, it's 4 p.m. I've got some coffee right here. And I just woke up because I had a test this morning at 7 a.m. and I was up way before that to take it, and then I ran errands after and I went to sleep around 12:30. So that's relevant because at the end of this video I'm going to talk to you guys about how to get the most out of your sleep and balance your sleep schedule with, you know, work, finals, things that get crazy when they do get crazy. Took 135 for an easy ride. Let's see where we go after that. Keep it up, baby. Take your time. And yeah guys, the reason I want to talk about sleep and managing your time is because people, I'm not that great at it some days, but people ask me all the time, you know, how do you do it? How do you study? Especially when I was competing, they were like, how do you study, work, compete, you know, get everything done in a day that you need to get done to get sleep and all that type of stuff. So I'm not the best person to ask, honestly, but it's definitely challenging some days, and some days you really have to sacrifice sleep and then add sleep back and balance your training. Most importantly, you can't be setting PRs every week while you're also increasing your output in other endeavors. So yeah, that was 155 that you guys just watched, and now we're gonna get it to 185, and I'm gonna let you guys watch this one. Maybe it was a PR. Most I got the previous workout was 8 or 9 reps, so I'll let you guys watch this and I'll pop back in. Alright guys, so set's taking a little bit long, and I figured you guys are bored. So 185, finishing it up. I think I got 10 solid reps. I'm sure you guys counted for me, and I believe it was a PR. As you can see, I'm going deep, super deep for me. Anything past parallel for me is really deep, because for me to get to parallel is not comfortable and it's not easy. It's pretty damn exhausting. So after 185, I decided to take 205 on. As you can see, just got it to parallel. Probably wasn't too satisfied mid-set with that, so let's see the next one. Maybe a tiny bit below, but yeah, for me, that's deep. If I go any deeper, the weight starts to feel twice as heavy. So that's why I do go deep on the lighter sets, but if I'm pushing it, I'll back off, so yeah. All right guys, time to hack squat. I don't have time to mess with the sissy squats and a ton of accessory work. It's kind of a shorter leg workout this week. It is what it is. But I'm gonna put my feet a little lower and kind of go half sissy, half my old stance. Really fuck the quads up, let's go. Alright guys, so this is the first of 3 sets of hack squats. I ended up killing it this day on hack squats, or if you want to call it that. I ended up beating my previous sessions. I brought my feet lower on the floorboard or whatever, so I could get slightly more of a quad stretch, because you will feel it, and that also made it more challenging. So I did go up in weight from a plate. Obviously I went to a plate and a quarter, which I did last week, and the sets were really, really challenging. So yeah, overall though, things were feeling good this week. It's been 5 days since I trained legs last. I'm training legs every 5 to 7 days, but this week, since I had a test on Tuesday morning this morning, I have a test Wednesday and a presentation Wednesday night. There was no way I could get in and train Monday and Tuesday or Monday and Wednesday. It just wasn't possible, especially since I upped my volume at the end of the week last week. But anyways, after the hack squats, I tried glute bridges. I just did a set or two. I'm gonna be bringing these back in. Every time I see Matt August do glute bridges, I get extremely motivated to keep doing them. They're just a bitch to set up. They hurt. Your feet can slip out from under you a little bit, and really rarely will find anyone who wants to do them with you. They take up a lot of space in the gym. There's really only cons to it. The deadlift would just be better. But as you guys know, I'm trying to not load my spine so I can train hard with every single movement, because if I bring the deadlifts in, it's gonna take me back on all the other movements, just because it'll be harder to recover. I'll be kind of dancing around the injury or coming up to really the borderline of it.
All right guys, Super Cash. Just trying to get through this workout now. I don't know what I did that took it out of me, but I'm fucking wrecked, so I gotta take a dry shirt on and finish this up.
Where's your beanie?
That's a good question. Fuck it. It's right over there.
I know. Oh yes.
What you guys are seeing here after the leg curls, the butt blaster. Now, I think the butt blaster movement's pretty dumb, but this machine is straight up old school. We put 10 pounds on this thing, and it was just like pushing a brick like across the floor, like a cement brick or whatever a brick's made out of, a brick across the cement floor. Like that's what it almost felt like. The resistance on the way back was good, the recoil was good, or the movement on the way down, but pushing against it just felt solid. It didn't feel lubricated like it was getting away from you. The machine, basically what I'm saying, carries the momentum. So it's very, very nice.
This old school butt blaster is no joke, so this and calves and I'm fucking spent. I'm iron. Seriously. There, that's because it makes it harder. Good, see how your back is straight? Now without moving anything, kick back. Don't move anything.
And on my leg days, if I could throw this in with some glute bridges instead of deadlifts, and on my back days, if I could do some more glute bridges, which I'm gonna do next week, or when you see the next video of back training, you'll have seen some glute bridges. So that's more than a once a week leg frequency, and it's hitting what I'm missing on my deadlifts. So I've been crushing calves every back day and every leg day. So that's about 2.5 times per week, which is what I preach. I know it sounds weird, especially to maybe some beginners, to have a half day. But maybe one week you train it 3 times, the next week you train it 2 times, because training calves 3 times a week I think is overkill, especially since you're walking. If you're doing cardio, it's just crazy. So anyways, I'm not gonna ramble, guys. Didn't hit abs this day because I was lazy, and I just don't think you need to after you hit some compounds for your legs. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned to the end of that video. Peace.
I feel like I'm gonna shit myself. What the f— So I didn't really bring my camera for that. I just wanted to have my memory card and possibly do a little bit of more info on the peptides and stuff, but I always see that crew of dancers chilling here like every night, and they're always fucking doing what they love, doing their thing, so it's pretty dope. So I showed you guys that. And this is my campus. Mad peeps in here right now, so we get to the library and get to work. I'll talk to you guys later. Alright guys, what's going on? We're gonna do this in one shot because it's been a super long day, and this is a question you guys have asked me for a long time. I never really put that much weight or emphasis into the question because it just kind of seems like obvious to me, the answers. But you guys keep asking me, and I feel like I'm not the right person to ask, but let me give you some insight in case some of you guys are full-time students or more and working part-time and very into your training, kind of like how I am, or if you guys are working, you know, overtime at your jobs, whatever. If you guys can relate, this is just going to be some sleeping tips, or tips on how to get enough sleep and train and not run yourself into the ground and get sick or get injured. So let's just see where this goes. You guys let me know if you like it, and I'm sure it will help you, and hopefully it teaches you something you guys already didn't know, but I can't promise anything. So the first thing I'm going to advise, 3 or 4 main points. I could go on and on, but cut your training volume in about half. So say you've got finals week coming up in a couple weeks, or say you're picking up a few shifts at work and you're planning on hitting the gym, or who knows, maybe family comes into town, whatever the case may be. But when you're under pressure and you're on a timeline and you've got a deadline and shit's going down where you're busy as fuck, do not try to maintain your training volume. I'm not saying you necessarily need to cut your training sessions, but the volume. So say you were gonna do 5 sets of squats, 5 sets of hack squats, and some deadlifts, you gotta cut that in half. 2 or 3 sets of squats, a couple hacks. Don't waste your time on the accessory work. Don't waste your time on so many warm-ups that you're used to. Maybe try to cut those down a little bit. Obviously, if you need to warm up, go ahead and do that. But just cut your volume in about half, and that's probably the most important thing. Another thing, definitely add rest days. So if you're training 4 or 5 days a week and it's coming down to the wire and you've got a few days back to back where you're gonna be very, very loaded with work, that's the perfect opportunity to take a day off. Or if you know there's gonna be a 5 or 6 day stretch, maybe add in a day in your previous training week, add in some extra work, or split up some volume over a couple days and add it. But you gotta take that extra day off when things get busy. What else is really important? Stretching. Definitely add in more stretching to your routine. On that day you take off, maybe do a little bit of cardio, but definitely stretch at least 30 minutes. Stretch your lower body. I'm assuming if you're busy, you're either gonna be doing more work physically, or you're gonna be sitting, studying, or, you know, just doing tasks that involve you to be sedentary. So you're either gonna be moving more or moving a lot less. And if you're moving more, maybe you don't need to stretch, but if you're moving less, definitely get up, spend some time stretching, especially your hamstrings and your glutes, or else you're gonna have problems with your knees and lower back. And something I got from, that's pretty much for sleep also, nights you need to cut your sleep down to 3 or 4 hours, which happened to me last night. Definitely take naps. An hour to an hour and a half. If you're cutting your night sleep in about half on certain nights that you need to, throw in an hour nap, or else you will bury yourself into the ground badly after doing that, even just a day. Like if you take a 4-hour night of sleep and then you don't go to bed till the next night and you want to train the next day, good luck. I really don't suggest that. Definitely get an hour nap in there, squeeze it in. As far as intensity and training to failure, keep your intensity where it's supposed to be or less, and don't train anything to failure. You really shouldn't be doing that anyways. Definitely drink more water and try to eat more frequent meals, because if your sleep schedule gets off, your eating schedule will get off too. So make sure you're eating at least 4 meals a day, I would say. And aside from that, the best way to manage your time is to do what I like to call, that I got from Matt Ogus. Shout outs to Matt Ogus for that one. He used to do, always emphasize these 4-hour blocks of work. So for example, I'll give you guys my day for example, and maybe it can benefit you. I like to do 2 to 4 hour blocks. That way I don't have to bring meals with me all day if I'm doing, you know, an 8 or 9 hour day of a block. Fortunately for me, I don't have to do that much this semester. But for example, I had a test at 7 a.m. So I woke up at 4:50, we'll just call it 5 a.m., and I had a meal. So my 4-hour block was kind of that 5 to 9, 5 to 10-ish, but I stretched it a bit. So I took my test at 8, I got out at 9, I edited some footage and made a presentation. I was home at 11. So yeah, it was kind of a long block, but just because it went long doesn't mean I can't make up for it. So I had a 2-hour nap, and then I came back to school at 4, and now again, it's 9:50. I did take a break just to eat and relax. But yeah, work in blocks, guys. So I could call it a 5-hour block this morning, then I took a nap, then I had a 3-ish hour block, took a break, and then I had a 2-hour block. So don't take on your day from 9 to 5 if you don't have to. So if you want to start at 6 a.m. and go till noon, or 6 to 10, do that 4-hour block, then take a break, maybe take a nap, do some tasks you have to do, and then get back to it on another 4-hour block. So on my longest days, I'll either have 2 long ass blocks, which I really don't like, or I'll have 3 smaller ones. So give that a shot, guys. When you gotta wake up early, don't stretch it out the whole day because your next day will be shit. So if you're a terrible procrastinator, you gotta cut that back too. Don't set yourself up where you've gotta work 6 in the morning till midnight because you won't recover. At least give yourself another day where you can do 6 a.m. to noon, take a break, or 6 to 10, take a break, and then add in another block or 2. So to sum up, when you guys are training and you're getting really, really busy and you're afraid your training is gonna bury you, reduce your training volume per session by about up to half. That'd be a good starting point. Make sure you take an extra day off that week if you can manage it. Make sure you stretch and get your sleep at night, and if you can't, take naps. And really try the block way to set up your day. 4 hours is a good window to hit because after that you just start getting exhausted. So that's really what I can suggest. My day is still gonna keep going because I'm gonna post this video and I have a test tomorrow morning and a presentation tomorrow evening. So as you guys can guess, managing this has been really hard, but it is what it is. Some of these days get long, but the days after can be pretty short too. So that's when you train hard, you rest hard, you eat hard, and you make sure everything's on track. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces. Bruh. It's literally dead. And I already took a test. VO2 going down. Hopefully I will get you guys a video today, but I've got 2 things due tomorrow, a test and a presentation, but it's 8 a.m., so I got plenty of time.